Hello, bestie. It's Sukoko, your divine oracle. How are you? I hope you're doing so well. Let's call in the angels, the deities of the light, and all that call us to our higher good. All right, let's jump right in. I'm gonna start with this deck, a little different. Feeling very called to start with this. Ooh, look at that. So we're getting the Ten of Wands and the Hanged Woman. I'm not going to show the Hanged Woman because she's naked, but there we go, Ten of Wands and ooh, Hanged Woman. In this deck, all the gendered cards are reversed. So Hanged Man becomes the Hanged Woman. So right now, the energy I'm really picking up on, the numbers 10 and 12 could be important. I'm not really feeling that. There's a lot going on, and there's something about you could be on a journey that's internal or inward bound because you're juggling a lot of plates in your external world. You're taking I just feel as if there's somebody there's like externally, there's a lot happening, but there's a level of, I'm not saying like calm, but there's a methodical energy internally. Like you are strategically right now in strategist mode. What I mean by that is I'm seeing somebody who is really figuring out what it is you want. And I don't think this is like a complete, you know what I mean? Refresh of like, oh, what I really want from life is a complete 180. Not at all. I think you're really refining your dreams, your aspirations, and like what it is you truly 100% want. Okay. You're taking a minute right now to breathe, and it's like a reality check. There's something here about like a cold plunge or splashing water on your face. There's a ritual being perceived. And it's like there also is something about where you fit in. Maybe you're coming to the realization of like, for some of the collective, you're realizing you don't fit in other people's lives. There's a realization happening. It's very fiery, passionate, and hot about you bending over backwards for others and them not being able to do that for you. You being in a lot of danger. This just feels like a very dangerous card. This Ten of Wands is very dangerous because it's like you're balanced, but all the spikes are towards you. One wrong move and you will impale yourself. And it's like this energy of like if you were to be impaled, oh, that's awful. What are you gonna do about it? You know what I mean? Like the person who impales you is gonna be like, wow, that sucks to be you. What a terrible situation you have found yourself in. What are you gonna do about it? 3:33 on the clock right now. And the energy of the Hanged Woman is really, I'm feeling of like that's coming forward. It's like reality of like, oh my gosh, of like she's standing under a waterfall, cold water pouring over her body. It's a shock, realization of like, what was I doing? Like, oh my gosh. And that may be what's catapulting you to really realize like the bigger picture. Ooh, death. We got transformation at the bottom of the deck. You know that where you are no longer serves you. You know, I need to speak more broadly. I feel like I'm speaking to a very diverse collective. Everyone has a lot of stuff going on, but what I'm strongly feeling is you being understanding that there's a transformation happening, you knowing where you are now is not where you're meant to stay. There is a transition happening. There's a place you're heading towards, but as you're reaching it, you're really refining what it looks like, what it feels like, what you will tolerate is something that's coming forward of like maybe an older version of yourself would allow others to speak to you crazy. I don't know why that's coming out like that, but now they better come correct. You are like, I'm really seeing the image of the Nine of Pentacles, but we'll see. She decides to appear. You seeing your own value and you understanding what it is you're worth, what your time is worth. You're not willing to bend over backwards for people who wouldn't give you the time of day or just don't even acknowledge the gift you are. You're in transition. This is very like a pivotal a time of your life, but it's like there's no other option, right? Like you cannot live the way you used to anymore. And it's like there are external forces almost like pushing you to this growth. And I don't see you right now as somebody bemoaning your lot in life where you're just like, let's get on with it. There's a maturing. There's something about becoming an adult happening. And it's like, something I've been ruminating on. It's like procrastination is such a, like, for anybody who procrastinates, I totally get it. But there's a maturity that happens when you're like, okay, I'm responsible for my life and I just have to do it. There's something about seeing a sink full of dishes and you're just like, okay, like I just have to do it because this is my life, right? Like, it's almost this maturity of like, this is what I got. Like, I gotta just do it now and like not have my emotions be anything a part of it, right? Like, procrastination gets involved when it's like, oh, I don't feel like it. Your emotion, having the maturity to be like, well, my emotions have nothing to do with this getting done and this happening, right? Like, that is where I'm feeling this energy coming from. I don't read these cards upside down, but the Four of Pentacles is coming out in reverse, and we're getting the High Priestess. The Priestess, which in this deck is the Hierophant. Your spiritual world is opening up. You are breaking down the walls, and it's like your life is expanding internally. You relying on your spiritual practices and what it is you do emotionally. There's a deep emotional water moon connection here. And it's like there's an energy that I'm really picking up of like your spiritual practice. There could be like a religious book. It feels as if like she threw it in the water. She knows every single word of it, that she can just drop it and it's like in her heart, word for word, that she doesn't need, like, you're not holding on anymore because you know what feels right and what feels correct for you. You're being guided by the moon. There's spiritual guidance finding you. And there's no need to explain it because I totally get this, where it's like, if you try to explain why you said this, like, there was something told me to say it. I get the feeling of like, that's a crazy thing to say, but when spirit speaks and you hear it and you just are so compelled to share that message, there is no need to rationalize it to the knowers. So you're in a time in your life where you're receiving a lot of messages. That could be like hearing the intuitive messages, or like you're seeing a lot of signs, symbols, angel numbers. You're getting confirmations in your life, and do not doubt them at this time. Just lean into it because intuitively you know what it is, what it means. And there is something so much more powerful and profound than what has been written. It's like there is a deeper sense of like, you're going deeper into your spiritual practice. I want to say you're going deeper into your faith. And it's like, there's a difference between like reading the Bible and like knowing God. And you are no longer like, however that resonates for you. This is just an example I'm using. You are no longer like reading the words on the page. You have a connection that has been forged through everything that's happening. And it's like, right now, these are the themes that are really, really swirling around in your life. And we're getting the Hermit and Judgment. Finally. Ooh. You're getting a lot of major arcana. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 major arcana out of 6 cards. You're in a very pivotal moment of your life. No matter what you're like thinking about it, because it just feels as if like you're in preparation, and it's like I'm literally delivering this message before things are shifting. And you've spent a lot of time looking for the light internally, and don't allow you like I do feel as if you're a very open-minded person, but don't allow that like something about like swindlers and deceivers, because there's a quote I love. It's like your worst enemy could, you know what I mean? Like put like if you have a glass of water and your worst enemy comes and they want to drop a few drops of like apple juice in it and pray and hope that they poison you, but you're not allergic to apple juice. It's just apple juice. No matter what their intention is, you drink that water with a little bit of apple juice, you're going to be fine. But if your best friend comes along and you have a glass of water and your best friend puts poison in your water and hopes you live, you drink that glass of water, you're going to die. It's about having the discernment and the strength to know your internal pillars, like your North Star, how you view your life, what is important to you, how you want your life to be, what your like morals are. Those are unwavering. And no matter what or who comes to you, and they're going to be coming to you, you will not waver because you will cut down all that is false. There is a very, very, like with the last reading, there's been a huge shift with this collective. You're stepping up and advocating for yourself. That's one word I was using, I think, in the last reading. But you're really, really stepping into your power in this season where you're no longer being weak or timid or meek. Sorry, I didn't mean to say weak. I meant to say meek, but I mean weak came out. Maybe you view the times you didn't advocate for yourself as weakness. Of times where you just kind of let other people make assumptions and you just went with it. There's something about you no longer doing that anymore. I don't think I'm going to pull from this deck. I do feel we got more coming in. Okay, what is coming in for the collective? What is coming in for the collective they need to know about? What is all of this energy we're working on? What is it preparing them for? Ooh, oh my God. What are they being prepared for? It's a mystery. It's going to be a surprise. Okay. For this collective, is there anything else you want them to know for this collective? Ooh. So, okay. This is something, these are new thoughts and ideas that you're going to have to do in secret. This change, it's like very much you're in the stages of like your thoughts are changing. You're no longer the same person, but this is not something you're gonna be announcing to everybody. They're gonna see the change in you when they actually come to you and like when they interact with you and you're behaving completely different. There's something about like your intuitive knowledge, what you're seeing, what you're feeling right now. It's meant to be like kept under wraps and avoiding like the antagonistic forces. It's like you have this is an opportunity. Like what you are like the overarching, you're working towards greatness. You're working towards financial abundance. You're creating your business, your creative endeavor. That which may it be. It's just simply this season you're in right now. It is a very, very like there's so much potential here, and it's meant to be protected. You're lining everything up. Like you're in the stage right now where these events that are happening, these are tests to see your strength and your resolve. And the more you are moving in full alignment with yourself, it's like great check mark. It's all working out that it's like great. You're able to take the next step, take the next step, take the next step. And be moving with certainty that everything is getting you towards your goal. There's a very, very profound message coming forward of like, no matter what is happening right now, it's more so about knowing your destination. It could feel like things are backsliding, but you are so strengthened in your faith that this is going to happen that it doesn't matter, because even if you have a setback, you're still moving forward and you're still like, okay, my eyes are on the prize and I'm going to do this thing that I've set out to do. There's a very, very strong energy of like American Idol. There's an energy here of like, I forget who, but there's somebody who was on American Idol and they like, what's his face? There was a singer, he sang that song like, "What Do You Want From Me?" He didn't win. I don't think he won. But he had a bigger career than the winner. Like, aging myself, but like, in the second season of American Idol, Clay Aiken was runner-up and he had a bigger career than the winner of Ruben Studders. Fantasia Barrino, who was in season 3, I think she won. Anyways, it's like, there are people who are in the show that got bigger, like Jennifer Hudson. She left the show because she got a opportunity, and look at her now, and she's not tied in any ways to American Idol. Like, you're being thrown into it. And as long as you are moving in, I just see like the star walking in complete faith that no matter what is going on externally, you are making your way towards your greatness and toward your achievement. You're just in a season right now of this bombardment, and it's like, at first it'll hit you and you'll be like, oh my God, what was that? You're on the way right now to be like, you'll be hit with all this stuff and you're just walking and it's like bouncing off of you like nothing. That's the message. Okay. I want to thank the angels, the deities of the light, and all that call us to our higher good. Pardon me, confirmation burp. I want to say thank you, bestie, for being here. And until next time, bye.